Hi guys, this is the first C++ programming language, and in this C programming language I'll be showing you guys step by step for absolutely beginners on how to program C++. And C and C++ they are a very good programming language. They are used to program a system application, not for web application or other application, but for only system applications, something like drivers, Windows, uh, some embedded uh, system programming. That's what C and C++ are meant for, and they are survivors. I think number one program language that has no abstraction. And abstraction means, maybe in the future tutorial I will tell you more about abstraction. But before we get into the program language, let me show you how computer works. Because if you don't have the idea of the way computer works, you don't know how to program computer, you don't know how to make it. Computer doesn't work like human being, that you can tell something that do this way, and you can understand. They work with zeros and ones, so there is a way of manipulating them to work thousands of times. They are very fast than human. So I'm gonna show you the way they run. We have something we call processor. Each and every computer has processor. We have what we call RAM, and each and every computer also have RAM. For instance, now this is how computer works. Every execution of any application or program run on a computer, every execution was taking place by the processor. The processor perform all execution. I don't want to know. The processor do anything. Everything happens on your computer, the processor do it. For it to get the information that he has to do it, you have to go to his RAM. That's why you have to install. The reason why you are installing an application on your computer is installing on your RAM is that the instruction that application has performed, the instruction, the code has been stored as an encapsulate inside your RAM. So by the time you store it inside your RAM and you click on the app, for instance, you click on the app, maybe something like this, close box. Now, my processor, we went straight to the RAM. That was the meaning of what I did, and I said, okay, this is what to do, this is what to do. So let me show you how these things work in the with the computer. Okay, fine. Let's take for instance these are CPU. I'm not getting drawing. And these are RAM, silicon. It looks like this. Okay, now this is you. This is your computer. You are writing programming. For instance, now you are writing programming. Okay. Maybe this is your computer. You are typing programming. So we have something we call compiler. We have interpreter. So those compiler helps you to gather all your codes and store it to the interpreter. Then the interpreter interprets it to the language at which the CPU understand. The CPU at which it understand RAM is your RAM. It changes the code that you wrote, or the code, because your CPU will not understand all this language you are writing. For the compiler and the interpreter, is a bunch of code that has been embedded to that programming language that allows what you have programmed to run perfectly. Okay, this is how it's gonna do. Okay, once you install the application on your RAM with the compiler and the interpreter, it's installed inside your RAM. Everything. Okay. And some operating system they are embedded with C programming, compiler and interpreter, and some are Java. Yeah, all those things they are installed in the RAM of the computer, or some are embedded in the or OS. I mean, I don't know, maybe Windows 7 or Windows 8. It depends. It depends on the driver you use to drive your system. So this is how it works. When you click on an application, maybe this is an app, APK. Let me just say app. You click on an app. Your RAM is gonna, your processor is gonna got okay. What do you want me to do to this? Okay. You say I should run. Okay, what the hell am I going to do? Okay, let me go to my RAM. Let me go and check the information. Then with the reference name. Okay, good. There is, maybe you can check on your computer. Let's go to uninstall. You get everything you're gonna install in your computer. So whenever you click on each and every application, you get all the source code. So your compiler, once you click on the source code, everything. So your processor is gonna come here and search for this your RAM and search for the name of the application you click on and checked what's in the main class. What do you want me to do at the first instance? Okay, I want you to display this thing. I want you to do this. Then when it comes instantly, you're gonna print out something for you. Okay, this is what they ask you to need to print. This is what the programmer has programmed there. This is what I got there. Because so your program is gonna work that way. Now this is how the compiler comes. Maybe for instance, I'm sorry for this. This is a compiler. Maybe a compiler. This is an interpreter. Okay. This is your RAM. It doesn't look like command, but it just looks like a DOM app. Okay, your RAM. And this where your code is that your RAM will come in. This is that your processor will come in to search for. This is the block of your codes. Okay. My processor got there, it doesn't understand or anything of this environment or everything that was here, we wrote in here. Then you're gonna find someone to interpret with. Okay. These compilers interpreters understand the processor language and also understand your program language. Then it's just like a normal interpreter. I understand English, you understand Yoruba, and someone else doesn't understand Yoruba but understand English. It's an Hausa man. Then you get what I said, you tell him maybe in English language or in Hausa language, the language you understand. Then you get mine, you tell him, you get his, you tell me. So that's how it operates. So the compiler compiles all your code. Maybe there is no error, there is no exception, there is no anything. If there is none, it throws to the, but both of them works together, throws to the interpreter interprets wherever you have code, it interprets everything to your processor. Processor gonna say, okay, wow, this is what you want me to do, right? Okay, I'm gonna solve the problem. So you see some application, you click them, it takes a lot of time before they load. It's because it takes a lot of time before the computer, your processor gets the full details about it. That means your interpreter does not, it's not, maybe the code is very much for interpreter to interpret the code to the processor, because the processor is the fastest I've never seen it work in nanoseconds. So maybe it takes a lot of time before you can interpret the meaning of each code to the processor. So that's the way it works inside your RAM and inside your computer. I think with this few tutorial you should be able to understand the way your computer works together now. Now we are going into program language. In the next one, I'm going to show you more about it and how to start your programming language. We'll be using code block for our programming language. and this is a code block. Maybe later on I'll show you a tutorial how to download this. It's a text editor. You don't want to program your application using something like this. You don't even know, maybe you have an error. You just type something rubbish. You don't know, maybe you have an error. It's gonna run if you are good in programming and you use Notepad. It's going to work, but I don't like using programming C or any program like using Notepad, because it doesn't tell me when I have an error. Rather, why should I use it when I have text editor for each and every programming language? I have Eclipse for Java, code blocks for C and C++. Why should I use Notepad? And I have Sublime Text for HTML, all sort of. I have Android Studio and everything. So I have NetBeans, all those things. Why should I use Notepad? Because maybe I just want to type normal word. That's why I use Notepad sometimes. So I'll be showing you how to set up your how to set up your code blocks. If you open it, you're gonna get something like this, and if you don't get it, maybe you'll download something else. I don't know. I'm gonna show you maybe in a couple of tutorials. I'm gonna show you how to download this code blocks, because we'll be making use of code blocks. You have to find something like this, create a new file, open from existing. But now I rather use this part because there's much of this to use and there's much usefulness of it. Okay, when you open it, you go to the new, just follow the step. You have something like this. Go to the file, from the file new, and go to the project. Said you want to create a project. Fine. Console application. Now we are not writing C now, we are writing C++, so leave it like that. Okay, now give it a name, give your application name. Let me say new app CPP. Oh, let me just say fine CPP. Okay, then this next one is the directory you want your code to be stored in. I have created a directory in my documents called code blocks. You can choose a path any way you want to save yours, and you can create a directory, make a new folder, and name it anyhow. But I have created mine. I don't need to create it anymore. Then after that, next, it said that name that I choose already exists. Okay, let me choose another one. PP1. Let me put PP1. Okay. The next thing is compiler. This is a compiler. You can see compiler. So that helps you to compile your code. Maybe there's an error. Yeah. So I prefer you use this GNU-GCC compiler. There's many compilers here. Don't know about them, but I know this one is for Fortran. I think Fortran compilers have GCC compiler here, ARN, AV. I think you should use this recommended one, and you click finish. Wow. Okay, fine. You're gonna get something like this from new class. So if you double click it, you get something like this. Maybe in the next tutorial, I'm gonna show you each and every thing that you got here and how it works. So meet me in the next tutorial. I'm gonna show you.